Good evening, everyone. Tonight we'll be playing some Pillars of Eternity 2. Continuing our adventure from last night. Just gonna get straight into it, though. I think Vulcarian's Tale and the Deadfire Archipelago will go just dandy. Got myself a nice beverage to enjoy this with. Man, these loading screens, though. Really, I just believe this opening one is a little bit longer. I never anticipated it to be as long as it is. And then it constantly fools me. It's the way she goes, though. Oh no. Ah. Wonderful. Let us get straight into it. We just slept at the inn and we hadn't done much else. Is there anyone here worth speaking to? The music is super jovial.
Crew's getting antsy.
Maybe we cut them loose.
Oh, we know it's upstairs. That was the room we slept in last night. Tons of items that could be stolen. I don't think there's much to garner here in the inn. Let us continue forth. I do believe that the governor wanted to pay us a visit, or have us pay him a visit, I should say. However, it's our first town in the Deadfire. I believe it's something we should explore and see what we can find. Could be. I've not visited Rinko.
Marijuana ought to keep to themselves. And when the next storm hits...
Ah, who cares? Petty street gossip.
Fresh fish!
Race you to the coral.
No contest.
What? Just because you have webbed fingers and I can't swim?
You are a strange man.
Intriguing. Doesn't appear to be stealing. Good evening, sailor. Could be a pirate. Well, your back home must be a rough place to be from, my friend. There's all sorts of things to be looted around here. Lockpicks galore. Nothing. Perhaps. Oh, it is not more nothing. This is something. Preparing supplies and mariner's porridge. Ship crew morale.
I've got it.
Most of the postings offer various goods for trade.
Will do.
Though you spy at least one crude drawing of what may be the governor. Alteria, who are you?
Ado, begging your pardon for the mess, sir. We are still recovering from the storm.
These lighting dynamics are amazing.
We have supplies here for the paying customer. Provisions for the road, perhaps?
Let me see what you have.
Have a look.
You bet I will. Cannon shot. And I see you have much of it. Allow me to go to my stash, because there's some things I believe I want to sell you. I don't need all these shields for the moment. This is an extra wand. I only need one pistol at the moment. I don't believe I need a kite and leg. And you're gonna take it. You're gonna take that from me too. You know, and a dagger, because I don't want it. Take the mail armor. Bones. I'm gonna come to regret selling half of this. I can sell the clothing you're gonna go. As are you, leather armor. It is what it is. Let's see here. It puts me at 1877. I can get just about darn anything I'd like up in this store. Is there anything fancy? Oh, Death's Maw. What are death runes? No paladin better personified the ethos of the bleak walkers than Hans Elikbert. He was a single-minded instrument of violence and the finest cavalry officer among the bleak walker companions operating in the Direwood. His superiors utilized Hans and his troops of riders in the ways one fires a cannon, mounted atop powerful war horses clad in heavy plate. They broke into enemy infantry formations with a single pointed charge. Hans' helmet, designed to make him visible to his subordinates through the dust and viscera, became an icon of approaching death for any warriors brave or foolish enough to stand against the bleak walkers. When the paladin finally fell in battle, his few surviving enemies cut his head from his shoulders, according to legend. Hans' head continued to bellow from within the helm, ordering his men to press the charge and leave none alive. Dumbfounded, the victors buried Hans' head unceremoniously and left his corpse to the ravens. The helm's travels, however, were not entirely at an end. Ooh, that is sweet. Rocking it. Look, man, just give me it. Give me the damn ring or helmet. We're taking it. Oh. Get it, big man.
That's something.
Isn't it? Alright, what do we have here? We got the market.
What marvelous carvings!
I
Oh,
know.
yes. This one is many centuries old. Blessed by Ngati herself.
Magnificent!
Well, I guess there's nothing for me to achieve at the market after just spending such a large chunk of coin. Let's go ahead and see the governor and what his plans are. Alright, Governor. Let's speak.
On it.
This is not the governor's room? No, it is. I've heard that. Sounds as if you had a narrow escape. The pirates have been bold of late. Was that meant to rhyme, my dear?
Ah, yes, there you are. As governor and under the auspices of the Valiant Trading Company, please allow me to officially welcome you to Port March.
He spreads his hands in a subdued flourish.
I'd like to say the pleasure's all mine, but I try not to lie. Don't worry, I'm only here on account of him.
She bobs her head in my direction.
Of course. I see you've been as quick to involve yourself as ever.
Glario's tone is polite, but there is a strained edge to his wide smile as he turns from Zodi to address you.
Apologies for that little drama outside. These are confusing times, and people often react poorly to uncertainty. Between the storm, the pirates, and the, well, certain strange events, we are all a little on edge.
He spreads his hands in an apologetic gesture. What strange events do you mean?
A few, well, quite a few people here in Port Marge claim to have seen a giant of some kind during the storm.
Clario winces.
I would call it a flight of fancy, but unless something has tainted every well in the region, I do not think it can be ignored. But then, the Deadfire is a land full of such things. You must have heard the stories.
That was not a giant, my friend. That was Eothas. The governor's mouths a voiceless ah of understanding, and studies you for a moment.
You'll find good company among the Dawn Stars here in town. They have all manner of theories concerning the behemoth.
He rifles casually through a few papers.
Now, to the matter of your ship. You're stranded, are you? It was a rough landing by all reports. Unfortunately, our own ships are in no condition to sail. We've had dealings with the pirates ourselves. They've taken their share of supply ships. The storm saw to those berthed in the harbor. All that said, I believe I may have a solution, provided you're willing to help me in turn.
What could I possibly be doing for you? I just got here and shipwrecked nonetheless.
Indeed. Which means I can spare you, whereas I cannot spare the guards. I have the guards on the lookout for pirate vessels looking to take advantage of whatever damage the storm caused. We've cannons enough to see them off, but I need every man ready to use them. There is a site of some considerable value elsewhere on the island. A value to the trading company, you understand. In point of fact, it's the very reason any of us are here. You're familiar with the Luminous Adra trade?
I know that Luminous Adra is native to the Deadfire.
It's also quite valuable. When refined, it sells for considerable sums. The trading company has invested a lot of time and money into locating sites suitable for mining and processing.
How valuable are we talking here?
Valuable enough to make sailing across the world seem like a sound investment. We, and I hope you understand that these matters require some discretion, have one such outpost on the other side of the island. A successful venture. Up until very recently, we sought to improve the refinement process. To that end, we hired some of the brightest minds in the field of animancy and brought them out here to lend their expertise. And then one evening, a storm rolls in out of nowhere, and my scouts begin to report that a giant has marched its way across the island towards my dig site. What am I to make of that? We haven't heard from Mestre Odorisi since, nor any of his assistants, or the workers. I must know what has happened. If Odorisi, if his work is lost, then everything that we have worked for is at risk. Which is where you come in. You need a ship, I need information. See to this for me, and I'll set half the town to work. We'll patch up your ship, and you'll be free to go on your way.
What if I find this Odorisi?
Why, take his report on the situation and remind him that he's under certain contractual obligations. And relay my deep relief at his good health, of course.
Look, man, I'm gonna make it happen. That's the kind of guy I am for you.
Glad. Then we are agreed. I will assign men to keep watch over your ship. You will find the dig site on the eastern side of the island. I'll mark it on your map here.
You'll do it for the Watcher, but not for me? I see how it is.
Yes. Why wouldn't I want a pack of Dawn Stars crawling over my Adra mine in search of their lost deity?
Clario darts a quick, sour look in Zodi's direction.
One more thing. If you should recover Odoris's notes, know that they would be of great value to me.
I feel like that was kind of the gist of our whole conversation there, Clario. But,
Right.
nonetheless, I believe, my friends, that that is an official quest. A journey to find Odyssey. Odorosi. Something of the sort. A classless bastard who didn't bring back the notes. His one job. It's okay, though. Well, I hope to avoid the jail. Alright, let's leave town on foot. Interesting, population 3,200. All sorts of information there. I'm assuming trading will become a major part of this game at a later time. I do look forward to this. Yes, let us travel across the island. Port Mache. Dangerous. You know, I really felt like he didn't give me a whole lot of direction on where to go exactly. It isn't always easy to judge who fought or why, but what belongings the dead leave behind is a legacy that anyone can claim. Alright, into the woods. Thick woodlands spread to the east of Port Mache, slowing your travel. Birds flitter above you and insects drone incessantly. The path eventually gives way to a game trail, then to no path at all. You find a curiously marked tree, the bark gouged away in a pattern. The striations seem to run upward from right to left, just shy of vertical. Examine the markings. A deer examines the gashes in the wood, then plucks a tuft of hair from the side of the tree. A wild boar did this. A deer taps the tree. Look at this. A sigil has been lightly carved into the wood, so faint as to be almost imperceptible. You press carefully into the forest, your clothes damp with the humidity and the water dripping from the trees above. A quiet rustling in the underbrush draws your attention northward, deeper into the forest. Hide in the undergrowth. We have no stealth. You duck silently behind a log and still your breathing. Whatever's making the sound draws near. Through a gap in the foliage, you make out a tall island almoa, standing among a small sounder of wild boars. Matted copper hair hangs over his features, and boar hides drape into his frame. Despite his presence, the swine seems entirely at ease. Greetings. The man stands abruptly, spitting on you, his staff raised as if ready to strike. Akira, then who are you? For what are you here? The Huana language thickens his accent. Look, my friend, I do not want to fight you. A deer perks up at the sight of the boars, alternately imitating their grunts and chuckling. Only at length, in what appears to be a heel-dragging afterthought, does his attention at last return to the strange man in their midst. Dirt darkens the fold of the man's skin. His lips curl over jagged teeth. He waves the stick at you. His attention focuses on your features, his eyes flickering across your armaments and dress.
You lived among these islands once. I see it on your spirit.
His Adrian is halting, the language thick in his mouth. His lips curl.
Yet you stink of foreign gold, of masonry, gunpowder, and blood, of death. You should go. Leave this place before your corruption spreads.
I came here looking for you. The people on the coast said you could help me.
They always think they know better than this kith in this wood. Then when they need help, they always go ask me. You go. Speak quickly then. Your words disturb this place.
Is there anything you could do to help me on my journey?
Then you think the Juan are here to serve you? Akara, they are not. I say always, those who come to these islands, they want to take. Only ever to take.
Alright, man. No need to get all preachy about it. Well, look, I just really want to pass through this forest.
No, your sort always want. This forest is not yours. This land is not yours. Go, leave.
Man, you're making a lot of big assertions here. But I'm hunting a god. And if I fail, your islands will not be spared his wrath. The man frowns, then pulls a leather-wrapped pouch from within his belongings. Hand shaking, he hands it to you.
Then go, take this. They protect you if you speak true. They tear out your throat if no.
He dismisses you with a wave. Well, no need to be a dick about it, man. Hey, getting swag gear. Let's go.
Sure.
Oh, getting that fresh across the board level up. Let's explore this real quick, yeah. Let's continue on, yes? Do you believe that it is time to? An old battleground. Let us find out what treasures can be held there. The site of a recent battle spreads before you. The bodies of the routed forces still lie where they fell, though most have been picked clean by scavenging beasts. You take some time to explore the battlefield. 4 hours have passed, and I find a bundle of unused scrolls bearing arcane runes and incantations. 3 scroll of fan of flames. Keep searching. I continue to poke about the area. Another 4 hours passes. I find nothing of value. There's nothing left of value upon this battlefield on which I stand. It's okay. There's some magic to be held over there. I could go up and level my characters, but we'll do this once we get out of this map travel stage. Well, we know where to go. Ingwith and Dixite is definitely the spot. A solitary rice farm. It looks bountiful enough to welcome trade. Valario's Rest. Where the ship at? Nothing. I care not for your rice goods. The steps of a god. Wakura Pass. The trail before you seems thoroughly disturbed by erratic tracks. The sparse plants to the immediate sides of the path roughly mangled. A struggle may have occurred here. Search the area. Adir makes sense of the chaos within moments. No blood spatter suggests it was not a fight, and your compatriot easily identifies the clawed prints of Zarps. The tracks seem recent. A dry and ropey vine has been pulled taut across the path and inexpertly covered in dirt. Beyond, a group of robed figures cringe and cower at nearby river's bend, each frozen in place, ashen and gray like statues crafted of soot. Adir quietly disarms the trap and collects its component parts. Oh, this game is big. Considering this is one island of a supposedly 1,000-island chain, according to the lore. I highly doubt that there are 1,000 islands, but... Fresh fruits! Within Dixite. All right.
Huh?
Watch your weight.
Zodi bends double, hands resting briefly on her knees before she wipes sweat from her brow. Helping to catch her breath, she glances up to you with a bright smile. We gained an item, copper pyre.
If you'll spare me a minute, I'd like to perform a last rite for these poorly departed souls.
She reaches for the lantern on her hip.
Please, Watcher. Without my guidance, they might have a hard time finding the light.
I'll allow it. Whatever suits your fancy. Please.
Mighty kind of you.
She grins happily. With 2 intense strides forward, she unsheathes her sickle and lantern, fluidly swinging each in a series of well-practiced movements. Chanting, whirling, weapon slicing the air, Zodi's voice lilts and falls in an invocation, a summons to any departed lingering in the area.
This here's a final call for all souls. Last stop for the lost. Gather round now, I'll cut you loose and haul you into the light.
Swinging the lantern faster and faster, Zodi plants her thighs wide and then thrusts her arms up high overhead. The lantern rattles in her grip, and the light from within flares blindingly bright. In the silence of your held breath, it almost seems like a soul should shift up from within one of the corpses, quivering in the air before siphoning into the lantern's fading brilliance. But the ashen bodies are bereft of souls, so in the end, Zodi's light fades without acquiring anything.
Wait up, Watcher! I swear I'm done.
She stumbles after me, hands raised in appeasement. Her chest heaves as a laugh escapes her.
Yeah? Right.
Let's get these vines. Steins and vines.
I've got it.
Getting some nice crafting materials for later on.
On it. Will do.
All sorts of stuff around here. Ancient training hall, a luminous adderpool. What more could a boy want? What's up, kitty? I got the Gosha! Gosha protect.
The children of the Dawn Stars. I wondered if we'd run into them down here. There's someone I used to know. Just an old friend. Came out here to settle with them last I heard. Maybe we should ask around. See if she's still out here. Might be she can help us.
Okay, dear, I believe
Just
that
a
plan's
friend,
good.
huh?
Zodi rubs the back of her neck, clearly uncomfortable. How did you know her?
Oh, well, both grew up in Gilded Vale, same temple.
Adir looks askance at you. You're eager to see her, but you're trying to hide it. Why?
All right, all right. We used to, you know. She was real loud, too. Used to have to cover her mouth or she'd get the dog howling in the next room.
Zodi's face models bright red and she turns away, hands covering her eyes. Sounds like a special kind of woman there.
I knew you'd understand. You're gonna like her. I got a good feeling.
Bored?
We'll find your friend, Adir.
Sure.
A worm. You know, we could just say that this is a minor dragonling, but why not? Let's beat the shit out of it either way. Holy shit, Adir. You just got the shit beat out of you. Let's go for the smackdown. How do you, give this dragon here the good old Valletta missiles. And then, if we could get a good, holy radiance going. Boom! Oh! Alright, we're gonna need to keep this going fresh. Fresh and fruity, hot and tooty. Gonna kill the worm. Make him give it a good smackaroonie. And, Ladybird. Go bash this. Oh, these things are tough.
Better than that.
Alright, let's try this. These are some tough dragons. Oh, come on.
Let's go.
What can I do you for?
Let's see, I want you to do interfering strikes for sure, but let's just give a a good old poke of doom.
All that's worse than Ross.
Yeah. Take him down.
I reap what I sow.
Oh! Exploded him. Let's take our spoils of victory, my friends.
On it.
Ferris, take this coin out of Huluwana village and see if you can round up anyone willing to do a week's digging for pay. Try the low-caste types first, the Ropuru. They're used to hard work, and they don't ask for more than they want than their share. As the lowest class of Huana society, the Ropuru are designated to work as unskilled laborers and to starve in times of scarcity. Their status is a function of survival in the often unforgiving Deadfire, and not of moral judgment. The Ropuru are destined to be reborn into the Karu, or Maturu class in their next life. Ah, that's what you like to tell them. It makes for a good story. Let's go ahead and give these guys a good level up, alright? Gonna go ahead and give them more athletics. That bluff came in fun, didn't it? Let's give one more. Huh. What kind of spell should we go for, my friends? There's so many to pick from. You know, I believe Blinding Fog would be a nice one. Check! Level 3 Battle Mage. A deer. Sweet, sweet a deer. Gonna learn another mechanic, that's all there is to it. You aged so... Rah. Keep that survival going, my friend. You know, I genuinely want these. Level 4. We're gonna have to go with let's give him give him inspirations. I love that a deer is smoking a pipe now. It's a real classy look for a deer. And Zodi. No, not diplomacy. I want her to have good... a little more arcana. Let's get you, you're all about your religion. Let's keep that up. Let's get you pillars of faith. And... huh. Let's do the repulsing seal as well. Nope, we're gonna do that.
Yeah. Sure.
Got a good old Saveroni. Smashing barrels, smashing barrels. Let's have some fun smashing barrels. God damn it! Cool. That's stuff we could take. Care not for these petty reasonings. Let's go. Take it all. This dude died breakdancing. I feel bad for him. He's just out here trying to have a good ass time and dance. Damn, Eothas just doesn't give a fuck. What's down here in these cages, man? Come on. I mean, shit.
Anything.
I mean, shit. Hey, Adir, I'm gonna need you to, like, go smack this guy. Hey, Vulcarian, me. Hey, me, guy. I need you to, like, step it up. Alright, let's go ahead and you smack this one. Hey, baby. I'm gonna need you to do some cool stuff right now. Let's go ahead and call down a pillar on this guy.
Hit me again.
Perfect.
So help me.
Alright, my friends. Adir, I need you to go smack this other panther and protect Zodi. Get her protected. Boom! Smack her down. Look at that. And that, my friends, is how you handle 3 panthers in a pit.
Yeah? Well, don't see why not.
Woo.
Will do.
Let's take it, let's take it, let's take it. Let's take it all. Do we want the hardtack? Do we want the rice? I don't give a shit. We're taking it. Boys, we've got more barrels to break. No. That's a gunpowder one. Shall probably blow up. Alright, look. We're gonna give this a nice good old save. Quick save. Several men and women appear to be locked inside a cage of some kind. They're little more than silhouettes behind the glass, pointing and gesturing excitedly.
You out there, are the beasts gone?
One woman comes up to the door, hands pressed against the glass. I took care of the creatures. The woman turns away to have a muffled exchange with the others. Then she pulls at something by the door and you hear a rattling clank. Oh snap, there's a whole crew of y'all.
Perfetto. We are saved.
A youngish man with bright eyes and a twitching smile claps his hands in joy as he steps out of the cage. The woman next to him, however, remains sober.
Me and the Watcher? We're always happy to help.
She beams at you, eyes filled with pride.
Governor Clario must have sent you to rescue us, no? But you do not look like one of his guards.
She rises onto the balls of her feet and peers behind you, as if searching for someone else. She looks to be only midway into her 30s, though the serious set of her mouth makes her seem older. Look, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. An older woman hawks an impressive gob of phlegm onto the ground and kicks a chunk of dirt over it.
I told you the governor does not care about us. This is all about profit. For him, the rest of the Valiant.
Caloste!
She silences the others with a sharp look. She turns back to you with a resigned breath.
You are here, and that is what matters.
Where's Odorist? The animators look at one another.
He is still in the ruins, we think.
She grimaces, her gaze darting to her toes. If you didn't make it to the cage, you should probably prepare for the worst. She nods.
Most of the ruins are that way, through the door next to the ramp.
She points to a dark entrance in the eastern wall of the arena.
If you are going below, you should take Engfirth with you.
She turns and motions someone to the front of the group.
Hey, he looks just like...
A deer cuts himself off for reasons not yet apparent. His jaw hangs slack. A sharp feature comes to the fore. As he meets your eyes, he gives you a knowing nod. He earned a few new scars, but you recognize Olive Corficer, all the same. He taps a finger to his lips, a sly smile working his way across them.
Engfirth knows a great many spells. At first, he even cast fire to chase away the panthers.
Until the flames nearly caught one of the tents.
We then decided it would be better to preserve our remaining supplies, in case we ever got out.
And when the supplies ran out?
She scratches the bridge of her nose, looking concerned. The others look away and avoid further speculation.
I do not expect the ruins will be any safer. Many of our people remained behind, which has surely attracted more wildlife. It would be prudent to take help, as long as Engfirth is willing to go.
She looks quickly to Aloth. He nods.
I would be happy to assist.
He holds your gaze with wide, expectant eyes. Your Engfirth isn't an animator. Oh no, I don't want to say that. I'll gladly accept his help. Oh, he blinks at you in surprise.
You sure about that? Ingle.
I'm certain we could be of mutual benefit to one.
Please?
Well then, come with me. He gives you a quick smile.
Be careful, I'm Miko.
She gives Aloth's hand a quick squeeze before backing away.
I shall try.
Aloth nods at her before leading you a short distance away.
Thank you for your discretion. I'm certain you have many questions, but I fear they must wait until we're off this island.
He casts a regretful glance back at Vanessa and the Animancers. At least tell me what you've been doing here.
That's a rather long story. The short version, for now,
is that I'm gathering information on local animancy operations.
He looks me up and down.
But I could ask you the same.
I'm following the Adra Colossus, of course.
Oh, there's never a dull moment with you.
He raises an eyebrow.
We can speak more freely once we're away from Port Mage. For now, let us find Odorisi.
Oh, well, wonderful, my friend. You're going to be a Spellblade this game. No. You're going to be a pure wizard.
What do you need?
Wonderful.
Of course.
With Aloth back in the party, nothing can stop me. It is nothing but an easy ride from here. We'll continue the quest tomorrow evening. I hope you'll join me then. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. We'll be back tomorrow.